Hey residents of Meepletown, today we're looking at My City, where we are going to be building up a city and putting stickers on the board, legacy style,
and
with polyominoes. Let's get to the table and check out My City. Okay, here's the setup.
Whoa, what was that?
Old
man Dean.
Trying something different there. Here's the setup for My City. The very simple
Complicated
game.
setup, huh?
Very, very complicated setup. It takes like 30 seconds to set this game up.
Which is sweet.
Each of us have our own board, and these are going to be customized throughout the game. Now, we're just going to be playing the initial game just to show you essentially how the game plays, but there's lots more rules that are going to be added.
We do not want to do any spoilers.
Yeah, we're going to do no spoilers.
As few as... Yes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to be drawing cards from this pile, placing that piece onto our board, but there's some rules about how we place these on our board. We can't place them onto the wood spaces over here, the forest. We can't place them on the mountain spaces over here. And then we also cannot place it where it's crossing over the river. But we're going to start
where
off...
one piece is crossing over a river.
That's right. That's right. If you cover up the rocks, you're going to be taking away points, so you want to cover up the rocks. If you don't cover up the trees, you're going to be gaining points. And so you want to make sure that you're trying not to cover those up.
At the beginning, it's ultra simple. We score points for these that are open, lose points for those, and lose points for open grass spaces.
For the green space, that's right. So you want to just get as many spaces that you can get covered, but leave trees open if you can.
That's it on the initial one, right?
That is it. The rules change throughout with how you place, or not how you place, but how you score points, but we'll not really show that.
We'll talk
about
around that. Yeah. We'll talk about it.
All right, so go ahead and flip the first one over, John.
Alrighty.
So we're going to dig through our pile. Now the first one you place has to be adjacent to the river. And let's see. Let's put this right here. And like John said, you can't cross over the river. Like you can't have a piece that's going over that. But your second piece, go ahead and put that second one.
We totes just did the exact same thing.
In the second one, did we really?
Yeah.
I feel like another game we had that very same piece come out first. But now your second one can be on the other side of the river because that's considered adjacent to that space. All right.
And we'll kind of have to be.
Oh, it's a terrible draw.
Stop looking at me. Stop looking at my board.
That really was not great, was it?
It wasn't the best. It wasn't. It's not the worst.
Let's put this over here. Is that what you did?
No.
Okay.
I did mine better than yours.
Yeah, yours was in a different spot initially anyway. All right. Digging through these.
Dean always beats me at this game.
Well, I never win live games.
No,
so
you did
we'll
last
see how
time.
That works.
You did last time.
All right, got a rock.
And it doesn't.
Got some rocks covered up there. Did you do that yet?
No, I did not.
No, it's game over.
And it doesn't matter about grouping or anything. Correctamundo.
Yeah, so we'll explain that a little bit later, but sometimes your colored grouping buildings will matter, but in the initial game it does not. And
so
this initial game
through this
is
initial
fast.
Game.
Yeah, the first one is really fast.
Should I do that?
I'm already done. I'm just going to keep going. We'll play this a speed game. A real-time game.
That's fine. I'm going to take a little risky here. I go a little too risky in this game. Oftentimes.
What is that piece? Here we go. Let's go. Yeah, we'll go there.
Ugh, I don't know what to do.
Oh, yeah, I'm in good shape right now.
I'm just going to do that. Okay.
Are you? No, I have no idea.
I haven't covered up anything.
Oh.
Just FYI.
Your pieces are spread out better than mine are, I think.
Okay, I'm just going to have to wait for that one, right? One thing that's interesting about this game is that you do get to see your pieces, especially initially.
Right.
And it's kind of interesting that you're able to...
And everyone has the same setup. And that kind of doesn't change throughout either. Let's see. Yeah, it changes a little bit with stickering and things like that, but...
Interesting.
That was exactly the piece that I needed.
That is going to be... block me off. Maybe I just do something like that. Do I have one that fits there? Yeah, but then it would block that. Hold up.
I don't have time to wait on John.
Dude. I want to...
Now you know what the next piece is.
Okay,
oh, man.
Hold up. Is that doesn't exist, does it? No, not. I don't want to spoil anything.
It does not, no.
That does not exist. Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, I do not like this right now. I don't like it.
Same I am.
Because I could really put it in an okay spot, except for it's going to already leave me one of those things. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's not going to exist either. So, this is not good.
Normally turns are really fast.
But John.
Hint, hint.
I'll give 2 rats behind.
John's tired of losing, is what it is.
It's the truth. I lose this all the time, and I would like to win.
Ooh.
I'm really bad at this game.
I'm going to have to leave that space open. I don't like
really
that.
hate what I'm running it risky, and I'm probably going to lose because of that.
I have...
How many of those do I have?
I guess I could do that. How many do I have? There's one more.
2, 3. Man, we haven't gotten any of those Big Daddy C's yet.
Big Daddy C's?
Mm-hmm. This right here.
Is that what you call
Big
those?
Daddy C's.
No way that's the actual name of it.
Yeah. That's what Panizia told me when we were chatting the other day.
All right.
Man, you know what, though? That's the thing is, like, that fits good there, but then a Big Daddy C would fit. No, it wouldn't, because a Big Daddy C would take that one spot.
Big Daddy C is not what you want there. I probably should have saved some spaces for those Big Daddy C's, as you say.
As it were.
As it were. This is not what I wanted to come out, by the way.
Excellent.
I don't even know where I can put this.
Wow.
I gotta save spaces for
music to my ear. Ears? Ear? I have one ear.
No, that's not good. That's not good. Oh no, what do I do?
Amazing. He has won
actually
almost all the games.
Horrible. Horrible. I'm just gonna have to do that.
Great.
All right.
Ooh.
Also, now what I need. I've been holding off for one of those.
How many of those?
C's.
Oh, we just used that last 2. We don't have a 2 for that.
Oh, I guess I
Which means I'm going to leave those rocks available.
That wouldn't be terrible.
If I go here, then I just risk it. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna stress it.
Yep. It should be much
There's
faster.
a C right there.
There's a C. That's what we're holding off for.
Which ones are yelling? The yelling? You know what? I'm going to put it here. And let's see. Ooh, if you hear something, we have a roomie coming down to Meepletown.
Oh boy, this is not amazing.
Yeah. Well, let's just put your piece on.
Keep flipping.
Hey, roomie. We're finishing up a video.
All right, I'm done. Keep going.
Wow. Hey, calm. Chillax. Chillax, bro. Chillax. Yeah. Okay.
Keep going.
I mean, that's the name of the game, isn't it?
No, it's actually My City.
Oof.
Not keep it going.
Oof.
Another C space. C. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Do we have any more 2 pieces? We don't. Oh, that's not good. Yikes.
Yeah, it's not super good where I'm at right here either. If I do what I just did, but oof, this is rough. This is pretty bad, actually.
Yeah, games can change.
These tiles are
depending on
not
what
coming out like I want them
out. Yeah.
That was good.
Put that down there. Whoops. I did not see what that was.
Trying to sneak a peek at what's coming up next.
Oh, boy. I think it's funny that after every piece that comes out, that's our reaction. Oh, this is the worst piece ever. This is... I'm going to be leaving lots of pieces open here. Oh.
Jeez, come on. Literally. Ooh.
You can also, we're going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
You can discard a tile and lose a point, which is not a bad move to make sometimes, especially if you could look on here and think, okay, I'm really going to need this piece for somewhere else. However, that wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to lose a point and discard that. This is...
I'm really bad this time, man.
Yeah.
Don't
let this be...
This is really bad. So hold up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Where should I go? If I go there and there.
I mean, I don't...
Or there.
I can do that.
Oh, yeah. I can do that. Never mind. I'm not going to lose my
good.
point. I'm just going to have to discard that other one.
Wowzers. This is a really bad draw here for me. But I don't know if I have many other draws that's going to help, actually. It's not a bad draw. It's just...
it depends.
I did a terrible job.
It depends on what comes out right now.
I just did a bad job.
That's not great. Now, I mentioned that you don't want to cover up trees. However, I'm going to have 3 empty spaces here unless I use this to cover up those trees. So I think I will
You're going to beat me.
I think I will cover those up. Otherwise, I'm going to have too many
I
empty
lost.
spaces.
You win.
I don't see how.
For show.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take it. We won't even count up the score. We'll just.
I've got 2 rocks that are there. You covered all your rocks, so.
Oh, that's exactly what I needed.
That's not what I needed. I mean, that's the problem.
That was just what I needed.
Wow! Look at this. Look at that space up there.
I had to discard anything, but I mean, I've got a lot of empty spaces on here, which you will. You'll have empty spaces. Now, one thing that we did mention is how the game ends.
That's good.
Remember, we said that you can discard a card and lose a point. Well, I can't place either one of these, so I know that I'm going to be done anyway. So I can just go ahead and bow out. I'm not going to lose any points, but I won't be able to place any more tiles. But
so I did that one. I'm bound now. It didn't matter.
Okay. All right. So then this is how we do this. We are going to...
This is how we do it.
First, give ourselves points for trees. There's 2 trees in each spot. You get 1 point per tree.
8. What'd you get, 10?
6, 8. No, just 8. Okay. I had to cover one up at the end.
So I just had to do that too. Okay, cool.
Lose points for your rocks.
Yeah, that's where I hurt myself.
So it's going to be 1 point per rock.
So I just lost 2.
2 per grouping. Okay. Oh, just 2 total.
2 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're going to lose points for the green spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was a lot.
I beat him! I beat him at my city!
So, yes! I got 8 points. John got 12 points. Now, as this game...
You're thinking right now, are you literally kidding me?
No, I had a lot of empty spaces.
No, but you're so much better than me at this game. I'm just telling the camera that because it's truth. He is so much better than me.
What I don't care about is John and I are playing this game legacy style, and
he's destroying me.
I'm doing pretty well.
That's what I'm saying.
So this game, it was a pity game.
He's won 4 out of 6.
It was here, John. Unless you have
Thank
this.
you, Dean.
You can have this because we're not going to affect these boards at all. If we're going to dump them after the video, we're never going to play this one again.
There you go.
So in the first game, you're not going to score very many points. And in fact, I think the first game that we scored, one of us, or maybe both of us, had negative points, perhaps.
No?
We've
gone negative in the past.
Maybe not.
We've never ended negative. No.
Okay.
I think we were about...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's about what we did.
Losing points, we moved negative. I definitely did not score 8 points, and you definitely did not score 12 points in our first game. It was lower than that. But the first game, you're going to have lower scores.
Someone's got a case of the definitelys. Was that The Office?
I don't remember now. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Oh, no, it was the Office Space. Is that the name of that movie?
I don't know.
Anyway,
I don't know if it was.
As the game goes on, you're going to get more points. So one of the ways, and I will do a little bit of a spoiler because it's not a huge deal because it
mini tiny baby spoiler.
Yeah. So you get points for groupings of different colors of the one that has the most. So for example, I would take my yellow and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are together. Mm-hmm. These ones wouldn't count and I would get an additional 6 points. And so as
that would have really helped him in this game.
It would have.
But I wasn't playing like that. So.
Yeah, neither one of I didn't even plan that at all. But as the game goes on, again, you're going to be scoring different points and have different ways of scoring points. So let's go ahead and talk about the art and components. We'll talk a little bit more about that legacy style in our final thoughts.
Sure. I like the box art is... I think the box is beautiful, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I really love the box.
And the tiles, yeah. I think this is Michael Menzel art that I tend to really enjoy. Now the tiles, you really have to look at them.
All right, get this junk out.
You're dumping it. You really have to look at the tiles because you're not going to pay attention to them much during the game unless you closely look at them. And I think the art on that is really good.
Yeah, so I think that this goldy kind of color, it's not that most attractive, but it will get covered up. Potentially, no spoilers. The Eternal game looks great.
That was a spoiler.
This is the Eternal game. I think it looks fantastic. Looks beautiful.
Yeah.
For a polyomino game, it's really good.
Yeah.
And so I could also
thickness to the tile is pretty standard in a good way. Like I think components are fine because of what is in the game.
And with
nothing special, but
sorry, my bad, dude. My bad, dude. And
okay, go ahead. Sorry.
You're doing that on purpose.
I am. You're right.
Just to clarify, also that since this is a legacy game, you will be marking up your board. You will be placing stickers. So it's not
on this side.
The legacy part is something you cannot play forever. The Eternal game is something. That's why it's entitled, not entitled.
Eternal. Yeah, and you won't be marking this side. So, which I think is cool because you're not just going to play this game and then dump it after that. Which let's go ahead and talk about the gameplay as we're getting into it. Go ahead.
Wow. Okay. Dishing it my way. All right. So I'm going to first of all talk about the Eternal game. Okay, the Eternal game is fine. There are some different rules. I don't want to spoil a whole lot, but there are some different tiles a little bit. I'll just say that. I won't tell you what they are. And you can actually connect these paths. That's not spoiling too much. The first one to connect these gold mines or whatever, that gold deposits, scores 3 points. The well actually matters as well. I'm not going to talk about what that is, but there's definitely more to it than what you just saw there. What you just saw with the Legacy game is the absolute base, baby, most simplistic possible game. Totally.
Yep.
The Eternal game, though, I'll say this. I like polyominoes, but there's a million polyomino games. There's not a million, but there's a lot. And they're coming out every year. There is nothing special to me about the Eternal game that makes me say I would buy my city for that.
Unless you're not knee-deep in polyomino games. If you don't have any polyomino games and you're looking for one that is like a kind of an entry point, a launching place into these type of games, I think this would be good. And I think that base game could be really good, especially if you're playing with younger kids, playing with a family, and you like more casual games. I think this would be really good.
It's fine.
But you're right. Like if you already have Patchwork, if you already have Cottage Garden, or there's so many of those
Barren
games.
Park.
Do you need this?
No.
Maybe not.
No. Now, that is the Eternal game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's talk about the Legacy game. So here's the things that I really, really enjoy about the Legacy game. First and foremost, you see how fast we just played that game?
Mm-hmm.
So my family...
That was actually... We did a lot more thinking than we normally do.
That's true.
Typically, it's faster.
My wife and I do not play Legacy games simply because of Meepletown. Because of y'all. You don't allow...
You ruined John's gaming.
No. We have so many games that come in that we're reviewing, that we're doing these videos for. We don't have time to play 24 games of an hour and a half long game. Just don't have time. Now this is 24 games, 24 games that you'll be playing, and you can play this in 10, 15, 20 minutes. Maybe it does.
As you add more rules, the time adds too. But it's never. I don't think we had a game that was more than 30. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. And so I want to say that I actually think this is one I could finish, and I love that. I love the idea that I can have a Legacy game that I can finish, and the game is fun. Yeah.
As the game progresses, it gets a whole lot more thinky than what we just saw here. Though I've never felt overwhelmed. Dean, share what we did the other night.
Yeah. So our plan was we sat down and we said we're gonna pull an all-nighter back like we were in college or high school or something. We're gonna play through this entire game. We made it through game 6. Actually, we were probably at game 4, and we were like, oh man, there's no way, because the decisions become so thinky, and you're constantly thinking mathematically of how you're going to place these tiles, and so your brain can really hurt. So my suggestion is to not go with the mindset of I'm going to play through the entire game in one sitting.
I don't know if anyone besides a bunch of...
I couldn't do it.
I was hype on trying it though. I was like,
somebody probably could. I don't think that I could. 6 was definitely my max. We made it to 6 that night.
But it's not that 6 is ultra thinky. It was just we've been laying polyominoes for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and it was getting more thinky, and we're like, yeah, I'm letting my brain rest for a little while.
Yeah.
But that does say it does definitely get more thinky. Quite a bit more thinky than what you saw here. And that I really do like that about the game. I like how the game progresses. There's actually at the end of the rounds, I don't think this spoils it too much, but a negative effect for the winner a lot of times, and a positive effect for the loser, or a positive effect for the loser and a less positive effect for the winner. Something like that. And which I love about the game, because it helps dummy me actually have a chance to beat old Deanie, who is. So I think it kind of balances out a little bit, though I do think the superior player thus far in our Legacy mode is winning the games, even with the little bonuses.
Yeah, because the catch-up mechanism isn't huge, right? It definitely changes it, and it gives you more opportunities, but it's still not like overpowered in how it swings the game by any stretch.
I think it's perfect. I
do too.
I like a catch-up mechanism that helps, but is not overpowered.
Yeah, I totally agree. Really especially because you're playing progression of 24 games. You don't want to have it super swingy, especially from the get-go.
Totally agree. Final thoughts?
Yeah, final thoughts. We can go ahead and move on to that. Now, for me, I like this game in general. I like the Eternal version of this game. I think it's fun. I really like polyomino games, and so that's part of the reason why this is one I can play with my family, where the rules aren't too thinky. You can introduce this to a lot of people. However, I wouldn't feel the need. I've got Barron Park, I've got Patchwork, I've got New York 1901, a lot of polyomino games. I wouldn't feel the need to have this game with just the Eternal version of the game.
Totally
In fact,
agree with that.
If I'm looking at my final score, I would say probably I'm at about a 7.5 somewhere with the Eternal version. As it is with
That's still really high.
Which is good because it's a good game for what it is. That I still think that would have been fun.
It'd be about a 6.5 for me.
Yeah, but with the Legacy version, and I think the Legacy version is interesting because it's not like changing a storyline. It's not changing. It changes your board, which kind of changes your strategy. But really, the biggest part is it's adding a little bit of modules as you go along that are permanent.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives me the feel of like a Taverns of Tiefenthal in that. Like you play the base game, which is super simple, and then you add these different modules. This is the same way, except it changes permanently your board, and that's different than the other person's board. So because of that and the way that it integrates everything, we've not played through everything, so we don't even know all the secrets to this game, but I want to know more about it. And for right now, with the Legacy, with everything as it is, it's an 8 for me. But
that's awesome.
Legacy games are tricky because I think that will go down over time.
Because after everything you've seen,
yeah.
it's super exciting while it's taking place, and then when it's over, there's a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but that's not a flaw because if you get 24 plays of this game, the price of it's super cheap.
It's $24.99, $25, basically $1 a game.
$1 a game.
Yeah. So I agree with. So here's the thing: whenever I'm not pooing the Eternal game. This is a Legacy game, and they just have an Eternal component to it.
Yes.
That's a reality.
In fact, that's a huge bonus for that.
Exactly right. I'm glad they added the Eternal game. It's nice. It's something I can pull out whenever I do have some folks over who haven't played a lot of games. I can. It's just something I won't pull out a whole lot. The Legacy game is really fun. This game surprised me. It was on my list of games I was most anticipating, but then when I found out more about it, I honestly kind of went, ugh, it's just another polyomino game. But it's not just another polyomino game. It's a Legacy polyomino game that I can play pretty quick, and it gets more progressively, as Dean said, thinkier, and I like that. I really do like that about this game. Mm-hmm. This gets a strong 7.5 out of 10 for me. I enjoy this game. We can say it for $24.99. It's a steal.
Yeah,
I really do. I think this is, if you like polyomino games. If you don't, I don't think it's going to change anything about that. But if you don't, and you can pick this up for $25 and you want to play the Legacy, if you just want the Eternal game, to me, it's not worth it. Just to be real. Maybe to him it is, but to me it's not. But for that Legacy with polyominoes, it's a no-brainer to pick up.
Yeah.
It doesn't blow my mind. I'm not giving it like 8.5, 9, 10, but it's really solid.
And I totally get why it was a Spiel des Jahres nominee.
Absolutely.
This fits
a really good
perfectly
game.
In that category, I think. So anyway, that's an 8 from me. That's a 7.5 from John. Tell people how they can get in touch with us.
All right, we'd love for you to subscribe to our channel. You can go to MeepletownGames.com to check out all we do. We're at Meepletown Games on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and we're Board Game Geek Guild 3407.
Thanks for coming down to Meepletown.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at Meepletown Games, and connect with us on the Meepletown Guild, Guild number 3407, at BoardGameGeek.com, and also subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for coming down to Meepletown.